Hey there! So, I have a fun video for you. It is iOS 14, my current iOS 14 setup, widgets and all, on my iPhone 11 Pro. So let's get it. So, first things first, I'm the realist. Second thing, this is my home screen. That is the most important part of this whole entire setup, arguably. And thanks to iOS 14, I've actually managed to kill off pretty much every single one of my pages except for my home screen, which is actually really kind of cool. Basically, you know, the deal with iOS 14, you now have a bit of an app drawer, or a, forget the exact term that Apple uses, but your app switcher library, your library, that's what it's called. I did my research. But you know, on the home screen, we have my essentials. We have, of course, Mail, just using the Stalk app, my calendar, of course, my fitness, which connects to my Apple Watch, which I'm actually now wearing every day of my life. It's a weird, like 0 to 100. It's a fun time. But here, you know, I can monitor all of my activity through the day, my stand hours, my exercise hours, my just general move and activity hours, or calories. It's in calories. So I work out almost every single day, so I can see every single one of my workouts right here in this one page. I can see a whole bunch of really interesting statistics about running and core training and all that type of stuff. It's a really great app. But also you have your awards and you have activity sharing, which is a really creepy way to share your workouts with your friends. I usually turn off the notifications after like people finish a workout and then it notifies me that they did this specific workout. It's like I'm intruding on your space, just like that too much, that much too much. I can speak English. But yeah, no, activity sharing is a thing. Don't fully recommend it, but it's a fun way to motivate yourself and friends, if you have friends. Can't speak from personal experience. But then of course you also have just photos and my clock, which is my way of getting up in the morning, and Apple Music next to Spotify. I kind of use both. I use Apple Music so I can sync music to my watch when I'm like taking a run, so I don't have to carry my phone with me. And then just general listening, I just use Spotify. And then of course just the Wallet app, which I'm almost like 90% able to just not carry a wallet with me anymore. I can just use Apple Pay or like Starbucks card. It's great. That's the future. That's my goal in the future. No wallet, just the phone or just the watch. That'd be dope. And then of course the camera app, settings, and YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio, for like the two of you that don't know what it is, it's a great way to monitor your views and any statistics having to do with your channel.
Justin and Larry.
Those are two very specific names. And then finally, Slack and Google Keep. Those are my productivity apps. Slack for the work group chat, and Google Keep, where I jot down like all of my notes. I love Google Keep way more than I love just the standard Apple Notes app because it connects a lot better to my computer. Like I can just go to my Keep online on any computer and it's all there. And then in the dock, you have, of course, phone, Safari, messages. I text people sometimes. I have 8 unread messages, which is better. I did have like 100 unread text messages for a while. I just deleted a lot of them. So progress? And then the Tesla app, which is my ability to use my car without a key. And then of course the two glaring things on my screen, my weather widget and my batteries widget. Now this being, of course, iOS 14, widgets are all the rage. These are basically just two small-sized widgets. I usually like to have my weather just set up to my current location wherever I am, so it updates no matter where I am in the world. And the battery widget is a great way of just monitoring all of your products, whether it's AirPods or your watch or even just your phone. I love widgets. This is my very simple setup on the home screen. I'm not really into the medium size or large size widgets. They're just like a little too big for me. Don't make that joke. I know you're trying to. Don't make it though. And then over in my widget panel, I think it's called the widget panel, I have my music widget, my activity widget again, and my calendar and weather, and again, Tesla. The Tesla one is still the old one, which kind of shows up down bottom, along with any other older ones that aren't the new, updated, beautiful Apple widgets. I am incredibly excited to see what third-party app developers do with the whole widget API. Like just being able to see my activity just at a very quick glance, swiping over, that's awesome. And then finally, we've made it into the app library. You ever heard the library joke? guy walks into a library and he's like, hey, can I get a cheeseburger and fries? And the librarian's like, sir, this is a library. And he's like, oh, sorry, can I get a cheeseburger and fries?
That's good.
I'm 5. But here's all your apps. All of your clutter is now in one place. Not to mess up your home screen. It's wonderful. But here we have suggestions. I don't really take advantage of suggestions all too much. It's not super accurate, to be honest. But here you can see that all of your apps are pretty well categorized. Like social, you have the quick access, like you can tap on Instagram, easily takes you to Instagram, or you can tap in and you have it all expanded. And yes, I am on TikTok. Don't follow me, please. And then you can go into your creativity folder that it so wonderfully makes for you. Dazcam, Facetune 2, which is, here's a fun fact. So I actually took this photo when I was like really heavy and really young with Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I like really wanted to edit my face down to not look as fat because like I'm still kind of insecure about it. And I used Facetune and I just looked like a warped spaghetti noodle. So that's great. But yeah, we have Dazcam, which is honestly one of my new favorite apps ever. I've been using it a lot on Instagram, like a lot. It gives everything just like a really convincing vintage film vibe. Like, I don't know if you're able to see that, but like it just looks really solid and pretty subtle, which is nice. They also have this like really cool 3-dimensional camera that you can select from the options, but it like gives everything this like 3-dimensional moving vibe. I love it. So yeah, that's Dazcam. And then of course there's Hujicam, which is kind of similar, but not as good in my opinion. KeepSafe, where I keep like all of my important documents, W-9s, contracts, everything. Lightroom Mobile, which I actually made a video about before, so I'll link that down in the description if you want to check that out. And then PhotoScan, which is a Google product. It allows you to take photos in the real world and translate them using like a 4-point system to then digitalize it to your phone. So you get rid of glare, you get rid of any weird artifacting with like taking a photo of a photo. And then RetroCam, which I've kind of stopped using as much now that I have Dazcam, and my Ronin Connect app, which allows me to connect to my Ronin. And then hopping out of there into productivity, my August app. A lot of these are offloaded because I don't use them as much. Again, Calendar, Drive, Files, Google Calendar, Google Keep, Mail, Mint, which is my finance app. It's especially great this time in quarantine now that I'm actually trying to save a little bit of money for the first time in my life. It's great. Then Notes, PayPal, Reminders, Slack again, Venmo. Yeah, and then just hopping in and out of folders to see what I haven't talked about. Utilities, and then we have, lifestyle, sneakers. It's a good app. And then also Goat, because I'm still financially irresponsible sometimes, and also Starbucks, because I'm still financially irresponsible sometimes. And then down here I have my reference and reading folder, ChargePoint, which is a way to charge my car at ChargePoint stations. There's like specific EV ChargePoint stations for your car, and you have to use the app to be able to charge it and also pay for it and also locate them. It's a time. And then Waze, if you don't know about Waze, download Waze. If you drive a lot, Waze will save you a lot of time and speeding tickets. And then health and fitness, I have this Headspace app, which I just recently downloaded. I've been like really bad at falling asleep lately, and I decided to try this like calming app. Like it plays sounds and like that type of thing to like make you want to fall asleep. It hasn't really worked yet, but I'll still continue to try it. It's either that or melatonin, and I don't feel like taking pills. And then finally, in other, I have my Backdrops app, which is actually, it was Android exclusive for a long time, and then they brought it over to iPhone. But this is a great place to see some like really dope wallpaper. Like, look at that. That's a great wallpaper. Speaking of wallpapers, actually, if you like this wallpaper that I'm using, I will actually get it together and sell this one on my website, which I will leave down in the description. See, I'm holding myself to it. And then again, Lens Distortion, which is another app that I've talked about previously. Same video down in the description. Check it out. And finally, Zillow, because I love house hunting and apartment hunting, because apparently I hate myself. But hey, that's my setup. It's nothing crazy. It's really simple, but I really love it. Also, fun fact, iOS 14 is usable. I still probably wouldn't recommend downloading it just yet, but it is usable. I've been using it ever since it launched, and it's been surprisingly stable. Again, wouldn't fully jump on that bandwagon yet, but in time, it's a really cool update. Also, shout out to the channel sponsor, dbrand. This marble skin on the back of my iPhone is really clean. But besides it, of course, looking really clean and beautiful and supple and lovely, it also, of course, say it with me, keeps away the ghouls and the fucking goblins. Besides all of that wonderful goodness, dbrand also released a whole entire line of pastel skins, which look incredible, so make sure to check that out. Link in the description. Anyways, thank you again for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye now. I should probably sell the wallpapers eventually, shouldn't I?
No.
I've gotten really behind in wallpapers.
Yeah.
Remember when we were on top of things?
That's what August is for. That's why we're freezing the Patreon.
That's true. Oh yeah, we're freezing Patreon. But that's for another video. It's not this one. It's almost like you've been in the future. But you're not. That you know of. It is a simulation though, so who knows?